I'll be honest with you guys, when I first started playing Yelena, I wasn't too interested in the champion. I kind of thought she'd just sit on BG's defense and not really do much else for my account. And then recently I started playing her on attack more and realized, yeah, this girl's got a lot more to her kit than I realized, and she's actually quite a bit of fun to use. And so I'm going to be making a showcase of my 7-star rank 4 unduped here, and just to cover what the dupe would be allowing us to do. It's mainly just a utility sig for her on attack. In elimination mode, she can't be evaded or miss, which would be very useful utility for some of the fights in the video. I'll definitely call that out, but the fact that I don't have that sig right now is kind of limiting some of the utility stuff we could show for her in this video, but there's going to be some pretty cool things, if I do say so myself. And so I have a skill awakening gem, but I don't want to use it when she's in the Titan Crystal for 7 more months, so for now she's just going to sit unduped, and then I'll naturally dupe her eventually when I start opening for the next rollover. So the basic rotation for Yelena is you're going to be using a lot of heavy attacks, just knocking the opponent down a lot to build up your combo. And then once you get to 100, you're going to drop the special 2 and to go into elimination mode, which is going to make you do a bunch of guaranteed crits, a bunch of instant bleeds on all those crits, and then you're going to start hitting reasonably hard. She's not like the hardest hitting champ in the world, especially against non-science. She does benefit a lot from that class advantage attack increase, because her damage isn't anything crazy to begin with, so increasing it by 40% like that is a really big deal. But she's still fun. She's consistent, because you get the guaranteed crits, the instant bleeds. If they're bleed immune, you're still doing degens, which is good. It means you don't even have to force stacking up the vulnerabilities either, because they won't matter for degen because they're bleed vulnerabilities. So yeah, you don't have to worry about using a bunch of heavy attacks as much if you do it that way. But at the same time, Winter Soldier goes down in 1:10 there, which is kind of whatever. It's nothing great, but I think against like Rhino, I finished the fight in like 45 seconds with the class advantage and stuff. She really does feel it. And so now we're going to go fight High Evolutionary in the event quest. And this is the new big bad science defender, but Yelena is like perfect option for this, because the whole thing with fighting high evo is to have the ability to get your combo really high, and the fact that every time we just knock him down, we're going to get 10 combo is kind of silly. So I don't know if I actually get the combo detonation on me, but if I did, then it would kind of just like go away instantly. Of course, when elimination mode happens, then that's not going to be the case. There it is. And as you can see, it's already almost down to 4, and then it's just gone like that. And like the auto block, it's annoying, but you're also doing crit through the block anyway, so even if he auto blocks you, you're still just doing a bunch of damage. And then of course, it doesn't really matter, because we're just going to basically kill him. Hit him in the block and he's dead. So I think Yelena is going to be one of the best high evo counters once he becomes more common on PG's defense. She's very, very good at fighting him. Okay, now we're going to go fight Quicksilver. This is from the Val EQ this month. It's crit me with your best shot, so we want to be getting guaranteed crits, which is something Yelena can do very easily once we get into elimination mode, which is like, 6 or 7 heavy attacks and we'll be there. And yeah, of course, if my Yelena was awakened, we'd be able to stop his evade with our sig ability in elimination mode, but unfortunately she isn't, so I do have to be careful of it, but it's not that big a deal. So here, he's almost in, we're almost in elimination mode, and now we are, and I just do a bunch of damage like that, and doing quite a lot of damage on that special 2. Get hit by the, by his special 2, but that's okay, because the disarm passive lowers his attack in half too, by the way, which we'll get into more of how tanky Yelena is later, but like her ability to reduce the damage she takes is kind of absurd. It's so strong. And yeah, so that special 2 barely did any damage to us. Anyway, now we're going to go fight this Overseer. We're going to do some off-season Alliance War fights now. I think I have 4 of them. So I'm going to fight this Overseer here first. This is an encroaching stun node. And so just the fact that Yelena doesn't really need to worry about which special she's throwing or when, like she's not limited to timers, which I find really cool. There, my game lagged and then I don't even know what happened, but Basically, it's like, okay, you don't need to like save your special 2 or save your special 1 for this specific moment in your ramp. She can just drop her specials whenever she needs to, because the specials aren't like limiting how her ramp works. You just get to that 100 combo and just drop any of them and you'll be in the elimination mode. And it's not even like you have to drop the special 2 rather than the special 1. It's going to pause the vulnerabilities for a little while, which is great, but also you can just keep using heavy attacks and it's still going to be able to keep them up. And so, yeah, I got a cowardice on me, so my special 1 is a little bit less damage, but not that big a deal. And we just keep doing these heavy attacks, which are guaranteed crits, and chipping them down. And then he's going to have a regen, which is annoying, but it's not that big a deal. Just keep doing this, and then drop my special 1 again. So encroaching stun doesn't matter. And even if we didn't get encroaching stun on us, we could trigger the reversal, which would be pretty good to save some damage. And the endurance would also make it last less. So she's pretty good against encroaching stun. Alright, now we're going to go fight node 46, Count Nefaria. So fun thing for this one, it has aspect of evolution. And when she's in observation mode, she's just going to like not even allow aspect of evolution to increase attack. It's just not even going to be a thing. And then Count Nefaria's Furies on his special 2 won't matter, because his attack rating is stuck at 60% of what it started at. And so we just eat that special 2 and barely take any damage still. Now once we get into elimination mode, we lose that attack cap, but what we can do instead is place the disarm passive, which is going to make it to where his attack is 50% of what it was, and then it can't go higher. So it kind of compensates for not being able to do the natural cap in observation mode. So yeah, we're going to go into elimination here, and then it does quite a bit of damage, disarms on him, and now his attack rating is stuck at 50% of what it was when I inflicted the disarm. So yeah, it's really strong utility there for capping damage, and I'm dexing the special 2s properly, which helps too. But even if I messed it up, the disarm would make it to where I barely take any damage, which is phenomenal. So this special 2 is going to kill him, and then yeah, that was a pretty cool fight, and we'll move on to fight the next node, which is a thing on this Bane Stun Reflect node. So thing is kind of placed here because the Stun Reflect is tied to Bleed and Shock, and those are debuffs that thing is immune to. So you can't ever remove the Stun Reflect, but that's okay. Yelena doesn't really care that much. We're still going to do the instant degens instead of the bleeds, and then yeah, every time we would bleed him, he's going to lose some rock stacks as well, which is pretty cool. So I'm just going to try to manage Bane as well as I can and just hit him until he drops. We're not going to be doing a bunch of knockdowns. I'm just going to go for my special 2 instead. And ideally, it gets a little bit difficult at times to try to get him to 15 rock stacks, because sometimes you're chipping them down, but it's not too bad. So there I drop it, and then the disarm passive is active, and we're still in observation mode, so he's not benefiting from any of the Furies. And once we switch into elimination, the disarm passive is still going to be capping him. But if it falls off, then the cap will go away for a minute, so now I do have to deal with a little bit of extra attack. But he goes unstoppable here, and then he hits me a little bit, but it really doesn't even hurt that bad. And then he does it again, but my reversal saves me. And the reversal is just so good, again, at limiting how much damage you take, because it's like a free auto block. It's really good. It triggers against lights and heavies, or if you have the special 1 impact passive, then it triggers against mediums too, and it's just super strong. So anyway, I'm gonna just go for the kill here, drop it into his block, which doesn't really matter. Triggers protection though, which is annoying, and then I go to hit him, and then I just try to kill him at this point, and then he's gonna drop right there. So yeah, not too bad at all. And we have one more war fight where we're going to fight Leader on 42. This is steady, build up, unblockable, power stack. But the whole thing with Yelena for this fight is that we can just use heavy attacks, and then the leader's not going to be placing any debuffs on us, because Yelena can just literally parry heavy and then until the fight goes down, and it'll go pretty successfully. And then the special 2, obviously, there's nothing saying we can't drop it, so yeah, it's pretty cool. He is going to go unblockable at some points in the fights, just because he kind of has to, because of me either dexing or blocking or getting hit by a hit on the special 1. But also the endurance, making all these things fall off faster, is really strong. It's only 35%, nothing too crazy, but still 35% is something, right? So it's pretty cool. Anyway, here I'm going to go for a parry heavy. And then triggers power snack again, which is annoying, but it's not that big a deal. And then I'm going to go for a heavy right there, and elimination mode right here. Do some nice damage to him on my special 2. Place the disarm on him so we barely take any damage, and then we're going to go back in and combo now. I think I'm just going to parry heavy still. We're still going to be losing combo, but it's still not going to be placing any debuffs on us if I do it that way. And I can use my mediums too, because those won't place any debuffs on me. So there, unfortunately, I use a light attack for some reason. I don't really know why. And then I do get 2 power stings on me. But like that special 2, you know, it hurt, but it wasn't that bad. And then he's at 15% now. I do have 4 withers on me though, so inequity and protections are annoying, but at this point he's also almost dead. And then I saw a full dex of special 2. I was like, oh wow, okay, that's fun. And then medium here kills him. So yeah, pretty solid job from Yelena there. And now we're gonna go do the war showcase from last month. So I used Yelena for 2 fights on this side. First against this Count Nefaria on what would be node 30. So combat deja vu, disintegration, and safeguard. And safeguard's a little annoying, but also when we're doing the instant degens, it's not too bad. And yeah, we just keep reducing the Count's ionic charges. So once we crit, he just goes back down, and that helps a lot. So here, I'm just gonna go do the light medium. I don't need to use too many heavy attacks because of the fact that I'm not gonna benefit from the bleed vulnerabilities anyway. So the degen ones, they naturally do more damage than the bleed, but once you stack up the vulnerabilities, then the bleeds are gonna be the more potent ones. But it's just kind of a neat trade-off where, like, if you have no bleed vulnerabilities, the degens are gonna feel better, but if you have all of them, the bleeds will feel better. So anyway, we are just going to continue to alternate light and medium until he eventually drops. And yeah, we take like no block damage at this point because the disarm's carrying, and he just keeps dropping the special 1s, but it's whatever, it's not too bad. Just parry light medium, and then I'll go for another special 2 here, which will do a lot of damage to him. Doesn't quite kill him, I think, but 3%, and then that will. And next up, we're going to go fight the Spider Ham in this quest, which is, I think, steady build up unblockable as well. And this is another one where it's like, okay, if I had the evade counter from the SIG ability, that would be awesome. I could play this fight very differently, but I don't. Just note that in this fight, we're going to be spamming special 1s only because I don't have the evade counter, but if I did, I could literally just go for the special 2s, and that would do a lot more damage because I don't need to worry about his spider nonsense stacking. So here he's unblockable, but I don't really care. I'm just going to bait a special 1 and punish it. And that's exactly what we do here. Taunt and power stings all expire faster, and this also has a node where we want to get to 10 combo meter to remove power stings, and Yelena can do that in observation mode in absolutely no time. So there that goes, and then I'm going to go for another heavy, and then another heavy, and then we're just going to naturally go into elimination mode pretty soon. So heavy attack there, and then elimination mode, drop the special 1, just because, again, I don't have the evade counter, so I'm not even going to build up to 2 bars, and just hit him with my basics, and they hit pretty hard. So anyway, heavy attack here, because I do need to keep the bleed vulnerabilities up if I can, and then I'm going to go for the special 1, which doesn't consume combo as well, so that's pretty nice. Then I'm going to go for another heavy, and just spam heavies in the corner for a bit, bait another special 1. Taunt's reducing my damage by a lot, which is annoying. That heavy attack was weird. I thought that would get reversaled, but it did not for some reason. That is weird. I thought for sure that was supposed to be a reversal, because I think it works against unblockable attacks too. But maybe it was something about the fact that I was doing it like mid-dash back animation. I don't really know. So, yeah, now we're gonna go fight this Eternity of Pain Cassie. Once again, a fight where if Yelena was awakened, I could counter the evade and the miss from the node, but that's okay, because the node itself gives us a pursuit and a vigilance. I want the pursuit against basic attacks, I want the vigilance when I'm using special attacks, and yeah, it's just kind of that. And then yeah, the endurance is pretty great, it makes the crush and the power stings fall off faster. I think this is also a node where I get 10 combo and the power stings go away, so yeah, Yelena's really good for this fight. It just takes a little bit of time, and then also Cassie's a champ with combo detonation, so Yelena is just the perfect counter to that, and it goes away just like that. Unfortunately, my bleed vulnerabilities are going to be hard to keep up because they're going to be shorter every time we inflict a new one, because of the node that reduces debuff duration, but it's not that bad. And then I'm going to go for my special 2 here, which is going to pause and refresh that one I do have, and I'm going to try to heavy counter her special 2, which I don't do right, but I do correctly later. It took me a while to just adjust to what I need the spacing to be. So there I'm just doing some 5-hit combos, they're hitting pretty hard, and then I'm going to go for another heavy. And yeah, I think I'm going to mess it up again here. Yeah, I do. But reversal, love that. So I do need a pursuit here because, yeah, I messed up there. She evaded the reversal, which is a thing that they technically can do, which is funny because I don't know how it's coded actually. I know like counterattacks are coded as light attacks, but I don't know exactly how reversal's coded. I assume it counts as a basic, just some kind of basic attack. Maybe a heavy, who knows. But we'll get more into how reversal's coding is later because there's something funny that I'll have to show. But at this point, I have the pursuit up, and I don't know what happened there, but it's fine. So I do get an intercept, hit her a little bit, and I'm going to hit her block some, which also still gives me combo, which is nice. She's at special 2, I need her to drop it, and she does. And then I'm going to go for the heavy counter, perfectly spaced, and some more heavies, but that one whiffed, so that's fun. And then I need the vigilance now. So I think I'm going to wait out until the evade phase, and then I can drop it. So now I do need to get a pursuit back, which I can in just a moment. So do parry light, and then now I have the pursuit, which is awesome. Avoid getting power drain, which is cool. Heavy attack. Don't benefit from the combo increase because we're in elimination now, but if I get to a special 2, that's so many hits, that'll also help, which is exactly not what I do, unfortunately. Was not able to get it in time. It's annoying because the endurance actually made it fall off faster. Probably part of why High Evos is a passive, because it doesn't really make sense for that to be a debuff for a lot of the champs now. Because yeah, the endurance kind of made it to where it fell off faster, which is why, champs like Lumitrix have a chance to fail that stuff as well. But anyway, she's at 6% now, almost dead. I'm in observation again, so I can remove the detonation just like that. And here I'm going to eat a combo because I did not see that we were in evade phase, but Yelena caps the damage a good bit, so I didn't die from it. And then we're going to kill her right here with the special 2. So yeah, that's a pretty cool fight. I want to do it again when my Yelena's awakened for sure, see how much easier it is. Alright, now we're going to go do some questing gameplay, starting with some side quest bosses. I don't remember exactly what's on this thing, but it was something to do with combo, I think. We do have combo shields, which is funny. Double combo shields, let's go. And yeah, we get an energize when we cross 10 combo or something, but we remove it with a heavy attack to do something else that I don't remember. And yeah, we're just going to continue to use our heavy attacks, remove that little passive on us that happens after he drops a special. And here, I get hit by it, unfortunately, which makes me lose my combo party cruelties, which I think I had. It was something. I don't exactly know where that burst damage came from, or that burst damage is coming from, but certainly annoying. And then I place the disarm passive, and we're going to go into elimination mode momentarily. I'm like over 200 combo now, which is ridiculous, and takes some of my health there, but it's still fine. 12 energizes now, and then yeah, this is silly. So I'm gonna go for my special 2 in a moment, and then he's gonna hopefully die. Yeah, right here, and then almost trigger unstoppable, but even if he blocks it, it still kills him. So yeah, there's that fight. Now we're gonna go fight this Gladiator Hulk here. This one, persistent pressure, power axis 1. And so yeah, Yelena again doesn't need a special 2. She can just drop the special 1 as well to make her kit work. It's not like you're missing out on a ton of damage by doing that instead. So it works out in the end. And so here, he's unstoppable, waiting that out for a moment, and then I'm going to go ahead and heavy attack again. And we're going to try to build to a special 2 anyway, just because it's not like we're that far off. I do need to wait out the unstoppable one more time, and then I'm going to go for eat a heavy attack, because that felt like a good idea, and then heavy attack myself, which is going to put me at almost 100 combo, and then I'm going to wait out the unstoppable, drop my special 2, do a lot of damage. So here, whoops, and then we're in elimination now, and then I reversal. I don't even know what the hell has happened anymore. I drop my special 2, does a good bit of damage, refreshes that 1 bleed vulnerability I had, and I'm just waiting out the unstoppable again, and then we're just going to nuke him down. He's going to die very fast, so drop a special 1 here, and then it's going to kill him. So Gladiator Hulk goes down, and then we're going to go fight this Luke Cage boss in the same quest. So this one, he's obviously bleed immune, and then it has debuffs that the endurance is going to make expire faster, which is really nice. I don't remember exactly what that degen timer is for, but it's probably not important. No icon with a skull icon is ever important, right? You always can ignore those. So anyway, here I'm baiting a special. He's going to eventually throw it, maybe. And then I'm dropping my special 1 into his block, but that's okay, because he barely hits me for anything once he hits me. And then I go for a heavy attack, and then I guess I'm supposed to drop a special attack before that timer ends, or when it ends or something. I'm going to go for a special 2 in a moment, if I can help it, or do I just go for a special? No, I go for a special 1 again. But it still does pretty good damage again, as you can see. Took away quite a lot of his health. And then I'm going to go for a combo, kill him before the indestructible comes back. No, I don't. But the special 1 still finishes the job. So he goes down there, and then we're going to go finish the gameplay off against this Bahamet here. This is the attacker I'm going to be using for my Crucible 2 run as well. Yelena, obviously. And yeah, for this guy, it's funny because apparently reversal is coded similarly to his radiation blast. So quite literally, we're going to remove an entire phase by doing a reversal. And it's definitely a bug, but it's a really funny bug. And yeah, you're going to see that, so. I definitely still suck at dexing a special 1. For some reason, I'm still not able to do it right, but it's not that bad. I do get it a few times. Not that time. And then I'm going to go for heavy attack, try to push him to a bar, get him to do his radiation blast. I'll drop a special 2 to get the removal charge. Do get the dex, which is good. And I'm in elimination mode now. So I drop this, which disarms him, and then yeah, he's gonna take a lot more damage from the special 2 right there, and then we move into we're still hitting him. And then I'm gonna go for a reversal right here, which again, for some reason breaks his armor, and now we're just doing more damage again. And it's just like, oh wow, okay, that's not supposed to happen. I didn't know why it was bypassing a phase, but it did happen, and it was really funny. So definitely, I enjoyed that. So now we're in phase 3. I don't think I really do the bug again because I was so confused, and I didn't even try to repeat it because I didn't even understand what was happening. So I don't think I try to bypass a whole phase again, and I can't even reversal right now anyway because I'm in observation mode again, but it's very silly, and I think I might like try to figure out how to replicate it later on, and just like, what the heck, I don't know what I'm supposed to do that again, but I really want to. So anyway, he gets this volatility charge, and then I need to get him to 3, blocking the special 1 for some reason. I should go for a reversal here and see what happens, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So anyway, he's going to drop another special 1, the radiation blast is coming, and I'm going to drop my special 1, get a removal charge. And then we have the removal charge, so I need him to do it again. But again, if I go for like a reversal here, it would also probably work if I did that, but I don't think I do because, again, I didn't know what was happening. So unfortunately, we could have skipped a lot of this, but it's whatever. It's not that big a deal. If he just magically hits me with a light attack, it would be super funny because that would, bypass all that, but I don't think that actually happens. So drop a special 2 here, get some combo back. It doesn't really do a lot of damage because he's got so much protection at this point, but I'm just trying to go ahead and get him to drop the special 1. And radiation blast is coming. So, nope, it's a heat radiation. Never mind. Okay, so of course he's going to waste my time. And then he double mediums there. Oh, there we go. There's the reversal, and we break it. There's the reversal. So yeah, he actually did hit me. And then we broke the armor, which is funny. Unfortunately, back in observation mode, so I don't have my guaranteed crits, but it worked out. It will work out. Gonna go ahead and build combo back, and we're at another special 1 in just a moment. Well, I'm gonna drop a special 2 probably soon. Reversal right there, and I don't even know what the hell's happening anymore. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm so confused. I think we're in phase 4. We might be in phase 4. I have no idea. Yeah, we're in phase 4. I'm doing ping pong now. Okay. And then at this point, I think I'm just going to start trying to do reversal just to see what happens. And then he auto blocks it, triggers a radiation blast. I'm like, what is even happening? I don't understand this. He's auto blocking and I don't know how or why. Anyway, I'm dropping another special 2. And it's going to do some damage. And he's at 6% now. And I think I'm just going to keep trying to do the reversal and just be so confused to everything. Unfortunately, I do still have to get him to 3 volatility for the real radiation blast. But anyway, I get clipped by that somehow. So now we're taking more damage. And then we're in observation mode again. So I do need to go ahead and start building combo. Drop the special 1. He drops his special 1. He's at 3%. I'm just like, okay, can you die soon? Because I just want to get out of here. We've had enough fun with trying to figure out what the hell is even happening. But yeah, it's almost over. He's still got 30% protection, and I can't remove more until he does another radiation blast, which he's going to do hopefully soon. If not, if he doesn't die first, which he might die first. So I'm going to go for a heavy attack. No, I'm not. I'm just going to try to kill him, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, this special 2 is going to finish the job with the final hit, I believe. Yes, it does. So, there, Bahamet goes down. You can cheese that, probably speedrun it if you know what you're doing. I just didn't because I was so freaking confused with how the reversal was triggering everything. Anyway, that's the Yelena showcase, though. She's a really cool champ, much cooler champ than I gave her credit for. I don't think she's anywhere close to one of the best attackers this year, but she still does cool stuff. Endurance is always fun. Guaranteed crits are always useful. And then the evade and miss counter in the SIG ability is going to be something definitely to keep an eye on as well for utility, especially once I dupe my own. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.